This is the Live Longer Habits. My name is Lilla.
And my name is Andrea.
Welcome. Today we are talking about something very interesting and slightly uncomfortable. Literally, embracing discomfort, a powerful habit for building resilience and happiness. And before anyone panics, no, we are not suggesting sleeping on nails or taking ice bath while listening to whale noises.
Although the internet would absolutely recommend that.
Yes, apparently, if you are not freezing, fasting, journaling, and running uphill at 5 a.m., are you even improving yourself?
Apparently not.
So let's start with the obvious question. Why are humans so determined to avoid discomfort?
Because our brains are clever little survival machines. They love familiarity. Predictability feels safe, and modern life makes comfort incredibly easy. Food arrives in 10 minutes. We can avoid awkward conversations with a text. If we feel bored for half a second, we open social media and suddenly somebody is renovating a farmhouse in Italy.
Or teaching us how to organize spices alphabetically?
Which I secretly enjoy.
Same. But constant comfort can quietly reduce resilience. I think many people feel this without realizing it.
Exactly. Therapists call part of this hedonic adaptation. Basically, humans adapt very quickly. Good things become normal. Comfort becomes expected. And eventually, we stop noticing them.
Like when you first move abroad and hearing another language feels exciting. And then 6 months later, you're annoyed because somebody spoke too fast in the supermarket.
Yes, your brain normalizes things incredibly quickly. And this happens with discomfort too. The first conversation in another language feels terrifying. The 10th, still awkward, but survivable.
Discomfort can actually be evidence that change is happening. I think people often assume if this feels uncomfortable, I must be doing something wrong.
But very often it means the opposite. There's a psychology research showing that when people expect discomfort during growth, they become more motivated and persistent. So instead of, oh no, this feels awkward, it becomes, this means I'm learning.
That reframing feels so important because learning anything as an adult can feel mildly humiliating.
Trying a new language, starting a new job, going to therapy, or joining a fitness class.
Everybody else looks confident, and meanwhile, you are standing there wondering where to start.
And this is exactly why discomfort matters. If we always escape the awkward phase, we never reach the confident phase.
Let's talk about habituation, which sounds technical, but it's actually very human.
Very human. Habituation basically means your emotional reaction decreases with repeated exposure. Your brain learns, oh, this uncomfortable thing didn't destroy us. Excellent.
Like public speaking, the first time your heart is beating like a drum, and by the 10th time, you still feel nervous, but manageable nervous.
There's actually a lot of psychological research behind exposure therapy for anxiety. Gradual, safe exposure helps the brain stop treating situations like emergencies.
So, avoiding discomfort all the time can accidentally teach the brain this thing must be dangerous.
Avoidance gives short term relief, but long term fear.
Comfort and happiness are not always the same thing.
Yes, comfort is lovely, but meaning often comes from challenge. Think about the moments people feel proud. It's rarely I watched a good movie and had popcorn.
Although sometimes that's also wonderful.
True, we support balance here, but deeper satisfaction usually comes from effort, from learning, creating, connecting, trying again after failure.
There's also something very empowering about proving to yourself I can handle difficult things.
Which builds resilience. Psychologist Albert Bandura talked about self-efficacy, our belief in our ability to cope and succeed. And one of the strongest ways to build confidence is actually doing hard things and surviving them.
Not becoming superhuman, just becoming less afraid of life. Important point: people shouldn't constantly push themselves into stress.
Healthy discomfort is different from overwhelm. Growth happens best when challenges feel safe. This is very important psychologically. If somebody feels completely flooded with anxiety or emotionally unsafe, forcing more discomfort doesn't help.
Watch out and stop when you feel overwhelmed. Don't ignore the signs if it becomes too much.
Sometimes resilience means resting, or seek support, or slowing down.
NHS guidance in the UK mentions focusing on manageable steps, routines, gratitude, mindfulness. I like the term manageable discomfort. Not trauma, not suffering, just gentle stretching beyond your comfort zone.
Like a physical exercise, you challenge the muscle, but you don't set the muscle on fire.
So let's make this practical. What are small ways people can embrace discomfort in everyday life?
Little things count. Speaking up in a meeting, starting a conversation, trying a new hobby.
Even sitting quietly with your thoughts for 5 minutes can feel uncomfortable nowadays. People reach for stimulation instantly.
Because silence can feel unfamiliar. Focus improves when we practice tolerating boredom for a while.
I've started leaving my phone in another room before going to bed.
This is like a separation anxiety of a modern life.
After a while, I didn't miss it at all.
That's habituation again. People who learn languages usually improve because they are willing to sound imperfect for a while. And this is resilience.
Such a good point. Children learn quickly partly because they are less afraid of looking silly. Adults often avoid growth because we want immediate competence.
awkwardness is usually the entry fee for improvement.
So maybe the goal isn't eliminating discomfort from life.
But learning that we can handle more than we think.
A little discomfort today might create more confidence tomorrow.
And sometimes happiness isn't found in permanent comfort, but in growth, connection, curiosity, and discovering we are more capable than we imagined.
Discomfort is not always a warning sign. Sometimes it's a sign that life is expanding.